Sound check.
marshals do we have these days? What's the full complement if you had everything?
Oh man, I'd be stoked that. But I'd be comfortable with at least another 5.
Really?
You guys want to see it?
And serving process and all that other stuff.
Yeah, so
that's the downside of being a marshal. Sounds like it. So you guys get better salary than but no overtime really.
Huh? Okay. Yes. Yes, I already, yes, we got it. Thank you. Yes, we got it.
Saya urut tu, tak baik. morning, everyone. We'll get our program started in the next minute or so. So if everyone could just please take your seated, and we'll get today's special event started. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for this momentous occasion as we celebrate three special events today: the Judiciary's 35th anniversary, Law Week, and Treatment Court Month. Before I welcome our guests, I would like to acknowledge that I'm here today as Acting Director of Courts, but I know our Director of Courts, Sonia A. Camacho, wishes she was here with us today to celebrate these three special milestones. And with this in mind, I would like to recognize the Justices of the Supreme Court here with us today: Chief Justice Alexander C. Castro, Justice John A. Manglonia, and Justice Perry B. Enos. I would also like to recognize the judges from the Superior Court: Presiding Judge Roberto C. Naraha, Judge Kenneth L. Gavendo, Judge Joseph N. Camacho, Judge Teresa K. Kim Tenorio, and Judge Lillian A. Tenorio. And I also see in the crowd today we have former Judge Wesley M. Bogdan, so thank you for joining us today. Now to welcome and thank the following guests who have joined us here today and taken time out of their busy schedules: Governor Arnold I. Palacios, Senate President Edith E. De Leon Guerrero, U.S. District Court for the NMI Chief Judge Ramona V. Manglonia, U.S. District Court for the NMI Magistrate Judge Heather L. Kennedy, NMI Bar Association Vice President Sean E. Frink. And then in our audience today, we have guests from the Youth Congress Speaker Vinnie Juan Sablan, Youth Congress Vice Speaker Peaches Fiona Bayot, Senate Vice President Donald M. Manglonia, Senator Selena R. Babauta, Senator Dennis James Mendiola, Senator Carl King Neighbors. Then we have Reps Vincent S. Aldon, Rep Marissa R. Flores, Rep Julie Marie A. Algo, Rep Malcolm Jason Omar, the Mayor of Saipan, Ramon B. Camacho, Mayor of the Northern Islands, Representative Lorna Ignioff, and the Ninth Circuit Lawyer Representative Nicole Torres Ripple. And then also we have many stakeholders and guests from the following agencies and entities today: Community Guidance Center, CHCC, Substance Abuse Addiction and Rehabilitation, the Department of Public Safety, the Department of Corrections, Northern Marianas College, Nutrition Assistance Program, KKMP, Transitional Living Center, and the Cagman Health Center. So thank you all for taking the time to be here with us today. And finally, I'd like to welcome our judiciary staff who is here in person and tuning in virtually from Cotentinian and Rhoda Centron Justicia, members of the CNMI Bar Association, and people who are tuning in to our Facebook live stream today. So now I'd like to ask everyone to please stand and CNMI anthems, which will be performed by the Marianas High School Glee Club.
Thank you, Marianas High School Glee Club. We appreciate your being present here in this celebration. I see that Senator Dennis Mendiola is also with us. Thank you for joining us. Good mornings and half a day, everyone. Well, today is Super Friday for the judiciary because we are celebrating three important events. First, the 35th anniversary, Law Week, and Treatment Court Month. So next week, May 2nd, marks the 35th anniversary of the Judicial Reorganization Act of 1989. But of course, we've had a court system for longer than that. There's a bit of history from the beginning of the Commonwealth days. The covenant was very specific for what a local court system will look like. We have gone from the High Court of the Trust Territory to just one trial court, which was the Commonwealth Trial Court in 1978, and then to the two courts, Supreme Court and the Superior Court, as a result of the Reorganization Act of 1989. Then the courts became constitutional in 1997 by legislative initiative, and finally reviewable by the U.S. Supreme Court in 2004 because of Section 403 of the Covenant. So in the last 35 years, since 1989, the judiciary has grown significantly and celebrated many accomplishments. The Superior Court now houses 3 treatment courts: Family Court, created in 1997, Drug Court, 2015, and Mental Health Court just 3 years ago in 2021. And then we are happy to be actively planning for a Veterans Court in the near future. At the heart of all of our growth is a commitment to access to justice, and we hear that in all the jurisdictions, access to justice. We here on the judiciary, we cannot be bound by the limitations of the past. Every year, we make strides in modernizing and digitizing the courts. Electronic case management systems have been key to that. With the Supreme Court becoming paperless since 2006, almost 20 years ago, and then the Superior Court following suit. The Recorder's Office just behind us there also recently converted to electronic filing system and hosts pro se centers that allow the public to directly record and research land documents online. And we hope to move forward with the ARPA data center that will house and protect our technology investments connecting the 3 courts in our 3 main islands and the public. We all know that our community has been hit hard by quite a few forces in recent years. But no matter the challenge or the setback, the judiciary has always prioritized access to justice and community wellness. Renovations and updates to our facilities are consistently designed to better connect our courts with the people, like the addition of the security and screening zone right behind me, and all the digital information screens present in this atrium and in our courtrooms. Our website's redesign makes online resources accessible to everyone by using new accommodations for people with disabilities. Our social media sites keep people up to date on events and outreach programs. So we are redefining our role in the community by centering education and inclusivity. The public is warmly welcome into all three courthouses here in Saipan, Rhoda, and Tinian for events like mock trial and moot court, open houses, the law and the freshman legislator seminar, and events like this celebration today. The judiciary of today is not the same as the judiciary of 1989. We've actively engaged, no longer silent observers waiting for cases to come to the courthouses. We are reaching out to the public. You will see justices and judges and staff in schools across the Commonwealth discussing our history and teaching about such subjects as emotional quotient or giving career advice. And along with the active engagement of the CNMI Bar Association, we hold conversations on the covenant, customs, and traditions, pre-law program, the law and the community lecture series, all designed to educate our children and our community on legal and civic issues. The judiciary is open to everyone, ready to provide justice and support to all. And so, that's the new face of the judiciary, modern and forward-thinking. And speaking of faces, we now have a short video of the happy faces of our professionals, and they're all over this atrium, from the different cultures that make up Ifamilian Judiciary.
Howdy everyone and happy 35th anniversary to the judiciary.
On behalf of Cotina, we would like to wish the judiciary a happy 35th anniversary.
Happy 35th anniversary, Judiciary!
Feliz aniversario judicial 35.
Maligayang ika-35 anibersaryo Judikatura ng Northern Mariana Islands.
법원 설립 35주년을 축하합니다.
I must say hello 35th anniversary.
Sanju Goshulen Omerito and my judiciary.
Bonjour, joyeux 35e anniversaire judiciaire.
北马利亚司法部门35周年快乐。
El atekerar ala katanibwi malimawa and the karibong ala judiciary. Tamauri terai o tatabemoa. Kambasan raba.
Berentar sirisa kelimawang molungkobu.
Mungkin kemarin ngatet flan kani kemen gue ngalal itu ko Judicial Court terus sepan kemarin.
Papuan irik meribu. Ren Agit 7 a Ocean Iwer Kapugun Northern Mariana Islands.
Viva 35 anos na cumpleaños no sistema de justicia.
Happy anniversary, Judiciary.
So happy anniversary, Judiciary. That's our happy face. So that is the modern 2024 judiciary. Thank you, staff. And now I would like to invite our governor, Governor Ardo I. Palacios, for a few words. I hope it's not impromptu.
Good morning, Apade, Tiro. The judiciary, whenever they invite me on an annual basis to celebrate this day, always surprise me. I'm always on the agenda and I don't know about it. But be that as it may, I'm certainly honored to be here, honored to be invited to celebrate this day. When I first came in the door, the Chief Justice and Castro and Yunus and Magnolia were there to meet me, and we sat down on a little bit of coffee. And Justice Yunus kind of briefed me on the history about where the court started. But I remember, without telling you how old I am, I knew the courthouse was over there when we first started. 35 years later, we have evolved to the judiciary that it is today. Let me congratulate the judiciary, the initial justices and judges that were responsible, and to the justices and judges that were served in our judiciary in the past, and some of them are still in the present. They're still here. We want to recognize you. We want to recognize and honor all your contribution to your Commonwealth community. So thank you, and let's give them a big round of applause. And I also want to recognize the very professional staff of the judicial branch, some of whom have been here and are very familiar faces, and have been very helpful through the years. So thank you for all your service. You know, the judicial branch, in a traditional sense, we think it's just going to court. You commit a crime, you go to court and you face judge or you face the justice. But our courts and our judiciary has evolved to begin to serve the greater needs, the evolving needs of our community. Case in point is the drug court. Case in point is the mental health court that was just recently established. And the outreach that it continues and continues to expand its role to help members of our community. And that's how it should be. And we continue to encourage them. Just as an aside, just as we were coming out, Justice Magnolia looked at me and he says, you know, we still got a big project on the electronic stuff that's coming your way. So it's going to be a challenge, but we're going to work through it. I am just glad that in this little period so far that I've been involved as a lieutenant governor and a governor, I've been honored to have worked with some very distinguished, hardworking individuals in the court. So I want to congratulate you and recognize you for all the contribution you continue to make to the evolution of judicial and justice in our Commonwealth. Thank you, Jesus Moses and Olomoy.
Thank you, Governor, for your well wishes and kind words. Governor, before you put on your John Hancock, I just have some introductory, but you can stand there. We want to see your faces along with CJ's. So, since it's Super Friday, we will be signing 3 different proclamations. Some of the signatories have pre-signed the documents, and only 3 will be up here signing each of the proclamations. The first proclamation will be the 35th anniversary proclamation, followed by Law Week, Voices of Democracy proclamation. And then it's a very special day also because we will start on Treatment Court Month, the entire month of May, and we have representatives from the Drug Court program along with the judges that head those treatment courts. So they will be signing the 3rd proclamation. Right now, I would like to call Youth Congress Speaker Vinnie Juan Q. Sablan, Senate President Edith E. De Leon Guerrero, Judge Kenneth L. Govendo, and Justice Barry B. Enos. They will be reading different parts that recitals the first proclamation. And then we will have Chief Justice Alexander C. Castro, Governor Arnold I. Palacios, and President Edith De Leon Guerrero, the 3 heads of the 3 branches of government, to sign the 35th anniversary proclamation. Thank you.
Whereas, on May 2nd, 1989, Governor Pedro P. Tenorio signed Public Law 6-25, the Commonwealth Judicial Reorganization Act, thereby establishing the Commonwealth Supreme Court and Superior Court. Whereas, on November 1997, the people of the CNMI approved Article 4 of the NMI Constitution, re-establishing the Supreme Court and Superior Court as constitutional entities, and delineating their respective jurisdictions under a unified judiciary system. Whereas, constitutional authority is crucial to ensure judicial independence and integrity as a co-equal branch of government. Whereas the judiciary has been instrumental in administering justice fairly, impartially, and efficiently, and has ensured access to justice for all people in the Northern Mariana Islands.
Whereas the judiciary has played a crucial role in interpreting and applying laws and resolving disputes, whereas the Guma Justicia, Cotintinian, and Rota Centron Justicia were constructed and completed in 1996, 1998, and 2004, respectively, to allow for the independent administration of justice and provide a forum for community engagement. Whereas the judiciary has expanded access to justice on Saipan, Tinian, and Rota for civil and criminal matters and quarterly appellate sessions. Whereas the judiciary has made technological advancements in e-recording, e-filing, and service, and virtual hearings to modernize procedures and enhance access to information and services.
Whereas, in addition to providing traditional judicial services, the judiciary has embraced alternative evidence-based practices such as treatment courts, including drug court and mental health court, and implemented family court night sessions for greater accessibility. Whereas the judiciary has engaged in community outreach and educational initiatives such as justices and judges in the classroom, holding appellate argument sessions in schools and community venues, and hosting court tours and junior high and high school mock trial and moot court competitions. whereas the judiciary, through its strategic plans, continues to set goals and priorities for the future, whereas the continued support and partnership of the executive branch, the legislative branch, the CNMI Bar Association, and community stakeholders are essential in enabling the judiciary to adapt to changing circumstances, address emerging challenges, and deliver justice effectively and equitably.
Now, therefore, we, the undersigned, proclaim and celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Commonwealth Judiciary. We commend and dedicate the dedicated justices, judges, and staff who have tirelessly served our community with integrity, impartiality, and commitment to justice. We recognize the pivotal role of the Supreme Court and Superior Court in safeguarding the rights and liberties of the people and their role in the legal framework of our system of self-governance. We reflect upon the judiciary's journey from its inception through legislative reforms and its constitutional establishment, acknowledging the unwavering support of our leaders and the entire judiciary in ensuring its independence and constitutional grounding. As we celebrate this milestone, we reaffirm our commitment to justice, equality, and the rule of law, and pledge to continue supporting the judiciary in its vital mission to administer justice fairly and impartially for all people in the Northern Mariana Islands. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands this 26th day of April in the year 2024.
My binocular is hiding. In a few moments, we will be signing the Law Week proclamation. So the million-dollar question for today is, what is Law Day? What is Law Week? In a nutshell, basically, we start the year 1957 when the president of the American Bar Association envisioned a special day to celebrate the U.S. legal system. Remember, the general legal system of the world was the Anglo-American legal system, the English common law, and the Napoleonic Code. Generally, those are the three major ones. In 1958, a year later, President Eisenhower issued a proclamation recognizing Law Day. In 1961, the U.S. Congress passed a joint resolution marking May 1st of each year to be Law Day. Thereafter, U.S. presidents would call on public officials to display the flag of the United States on government buildings and invite the people of the United States to observe Law Day. Each year there's a theme for Law Day, and this year's theme is Voices of Democracy. That's from the American Bar Association. And basically the theme encourages Americans to participate in the 2004 election by deepening their understanding of the electoral process, discussing issues in honest and civil ways, and turning out to vote, and finally helping to move the United States forward. This way, Americans will ensure that our government remains responsive to the people of the United States. We come here to CNMI. I am very pleased that also our governor proclaims Law Day. But at the same time, we detoured from the practice in the United States, which is we also bring in the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and the executive branch to jointly, together, hand in hand, celebrate Law Day in the Northern Mariana Islands. With that, please help me welcome the readers of our proclamation. Chief Judge Mona Manglonia of the U.S. District Court of the Northern Mariana Islands. Give her a big round of applause. Magistrate Judge Heather L. Kennedy, also from the U.S. District Court for the Northern Mariana Islands. Associate Judge Lilian A. Tenorio from our Commonwealth Superior Court. And Youth Congress Vice Speaker Senator Peaches Bayon.
Whereas, in 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower proclaimed Law Day to honor the role of the law in the creation of the United States of America and as a day of national dedication to the principles of government under law. Whereas, in 1961, U.S. Congress issued a joint resolution declaring May 1st as Law Day, which is a national day to recognize and celebrate our justice system and the rule of law. Whereas, the American Bar Association commemorates 2024 Law Day with the theme Voices of Democracy. Whereas, the Commonwealth traditionally commemorates the ABA theme in events all week, expanding Law Day to Law Week.
Whereas, the theme for this year's Law Day, Voices of Democracy, celebrates the fundamental principles of democracy, including freedom of speech, expression, and participation in governance. Whereas the NMI Constitution embodies the fundamental rights to democracy, including the right to vote. Whereas elected officials and leaders of the Commonwealth have a duty to uphold the integrity of free and fair elections.
Whereas informed understanding of candidates and engagement with the issues through honest and civil discourse are cornerstones of our robust democracy. Whereas the continued exercise of the right to vote ensures that our government is responsive to the wishes of the people. Whereas in celebration of 2024 Law Week, we encourage all people in the Commonwealth to participate in the 2024 elections by deepening their understanding of the electoral process, turning out to vote, and helping move the country forward after free and fair elections.
Now, therefore, we, the undersigned, hereby jointly proclaim April 29 through May 3rd, 2024, as Law Week in the Commonwealth. We call upon all people to embrace the principles of democracy, to listen to and respect the voices of their fellow citizens, and to actively participate in the democratic process to build an inclusive and equitable society. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands this 26th day of April in the year 2024. Thank you. Shall we?
Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to be here with you all to proclaim and celebrate our CNMI Judiciary's 35th anniversary, our annual Law Week celebration, and National Treatment Court Month. My remarks this morning focuses on the efforts we have made toward the most successful justice system intervention in our nation history, treatment courts, and to highlight all that we have accomplished so far over the years. Our journey began back in 2015 when I got a phone call from the Ninth Circuit Chief Judge Clifford Wallace inquiring if we would like to explore the idea of implementing a drug court here in the CNMI. After consultation with Chief Justice Castro, who supported this endeavor, Chief Judge Wallace put me in contact with retired Judge Stephen Hansen of the Utah Judicial District Court, who had extensive knowledge and experience with drug courts. Following our discussion and initial planning processes, I assigned former Superior Court Judge David Weissman to take the lead on this effort. And from there, Judge Hansen and Judge Weissman worked together to draft the law now known as the Drug Court Act of 2015. In October 2015, this act was introduced and was passed by the 19th CNMI legislature, becoming public law 1914. Following Judge Weissman's retirement in 2016 of May, I asked Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio to carry this project forward, to which she happily agreed. Since then, Judge Katie has played a pivotal role in bringing our first treatment court to where it is today. Through her leadership, commitment from the Office of the Attorney General, the Public Defender's Office, our treatment providers, and the dedication and hard work of the manager, Edward Diaz, and his staff, the drug court has successfully graduated 88 participants from the program and is currently serving an additional 33, a momentous achievement. Further, the drug court team has completed expansive training opportunities, performed significant data collection, held several successful workshops and seminars, including its first drug court summit in December 2023, conducted numerous public outreach campaigns, and secured over $1 million in grants funding to continue its important mission of ensuring that accountability and treatment are provided in accordance with the National Drug Court model. And there is more success to come. Following the success of the drug court, the Supreme Court justices saw the need to establish a treatment court that address individuals charged with misdemeanors or felony offenses as a direct result of mental health symptoms or intellectual and developmental disabilities. Thus, the mental health court docket, along with its policies and procedures, was created via the CNMI Supreme Court Administrative Order of 2021. As the mental health court docket judge for the past 2 years, I acknowledge the many challenges experienced by the devoted MHC staff, stakeholders, and treatment providers throughout its initial stages. Many in our prison system suffer from mental illness, and effective treatment is a complex and lifelong process. Despite these challenges, the mental health court continues to work diligently with stakeholders and treatment providers to build its capacity with the aim of enhancing the quality of life for participants, helping them to receive the treatment they need, and decreasing their involvement in our criminal justice system. Mental health court is still in its infancy. As we continue to fine-tune the program, we look forward to serving all members of this community. DPS, our treatment providers at CHCC, CGC, KC, and our clerks, and our treatment court judges, managers, and staff. Lastly, I would like to thank you for all joining all of us here at the Judiciary on this joyous day of celebration. Once again, happy Treatment Court, happy Law Week, and happy 35th anniversary, CNMI Judiciary. This is Masi. At this time, for the reading of the Treatment Court Proclamation, I invite the Honorable Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio, our drug graduates, and participants. Thank you.
Whereas treatment courts are the cornerstone of justice reform, sweeping the nation, and have been restoring lives and families for more than 3 decades. Whereas there are now nearly 4,000 treatment courts nationwide that have served 1.5 million individuals. Whereas treatment courts are now recognized as the most successful justice system intervention in our nation's history. Whereas treatment courts significantly improve mental health and substance use disorder treatment outcomes, substantially improve mental health, reduce addiction and related crime, and do so at less expense than any other criminal justice strategy, saving an average $6,000 for every individual served. Whereas treatment courts improve education, employment, housing, and financial stability, promote family reunification, reduce foster care placements, and increase the rate of addicted mothers delivering babies who are fully drug-free. Whereas treatment courts facilitate community-wide partnerships, bringing together public safety and public health professionals. Whereas treatment courts demonstrate that when one person rises out of substance use and crime, we all rise.
Whereas drug court was established by law in 2015, whereas drug court is currently serving 33 active participants, whereas drug court has had 88 participants graduate from the program, whereas mental health court docket was established by law in 2021, whereas mental health court is currently serving 3 participants, whereas mental health court had 2 participants complete their conditional discharge, whereas the time has come to put a treatment court within reach of every eligible person in need.
Now, therefore, we, the undersigned, hereby jointly proclaim May 2024 as Treatment Court Month. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands this 26th day of April in the year 2024.
Thank you all to our signers and our honored guests here. Thank you all for those who, to all of us who are in this celebration. And again, it's Super Friday for the judiciary. And now we have birthday cakes, or 2 birthday cakes on the side. So we will proceed with that. It's a cutting of the cake, the anniversary cake. So we will bring them up front and center. And Chief Justice Castro, the Governor, President De Leon Guerrero, and Presiding Judge Naraha, they have their swords, and they will just cut these cakes. And everyone is welcome to get a piece of the cake. Thank you so much again.
So this concludes our ceremony, and once again, thank you for everyone who joined us today, and everyone please come up and grab a slice of cake before you head out.